XDefiant shutdown isn't shocking, but it's a clear sign of Ubisoft's deeper struggles. The game did once show promise, but with recent corporate moves, its cancellation feels like a bigger part of the plan. From mass layoffs to mixed expectations on major titles, Ubisoft is cutting losses and bracing for what could be a significant shift in its future. Let's dive into why XDefiant got the axe and what that means for Ubisoft's future. When Ubisoft announced XDefiant, it felt like they finally had a contender, a fresh, fast-paced FPS to rival the likes of Call of Duty. The promise was clear: unique factions, solid gunplay, and a focus on competitive play. And honestly, there were moments where it showed flashes of brilliance, but somewhere along the line, things fell apart for XDefiant. One of XDefiant's biggest issues since it launched was that it had terrible packet loss and poor hit registration, which basically made the game so frustrating to play. Imagine lining up the perfect shot only to have it disappear into thin air because the server didn't register your bullets. In a competitive FPS where precision is everything, these issues have become a deal breaker for a lot of players. When the core mechanics don't function, why would anybody want to stick around and play when you have alternatives like Call of Duty that are just a click away? These problems weren't just annoying, they undermined the game's credibility in an already cutthroat market. One of the biggest issues with XDefiant was its lack of distinct identity. The game leaned heavily on Ubisoft's existing franchises, yet it failed to create something fresh and memorable. Operators felt generic, almost as if designed for a mobile game, instead of showcasing the rich characters from Ubisoft's legendary IPs. And I know in this new season, they were supposed to have, Assassin's Creed characters and whatnot that were going to be implemented into the game. But we'll get into that. But even the maps, while serviceable, they lacked standout features. Some, like the Times Square map, were nearly identical to levels from The Division, highlighting a lack of creative effort. In the FPS market, standing out is critical. Games like Battlefield 4, despite launching with significant issues, succeeded because they offered unique maps and a strong sense of personality. XDefiant didn't have that hook. If it didn't work, players had little reason not to return to Call of Duty, especially now since it's on Game Pass for PC users. But XDefiant's death isn't just about the game itself. It's a symptom of a bigger problem at Ubisoft. This year alone, they've been juggling flop blockbusters like Skull and Bones, delays for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and underwhelming sales from big name titles like Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. For example, Star Wars Outlaws was supposed to be a home run. That was supposed to be their big money maker, and it wasn't. And Avatar, with 1.9 million players, it didn't even scratch the surface of Ubisoft's sky-high expectations. These failures left a massive revenue gap, and risky, smaller projects like XDefiant didn't stand a chance. Now here's where it gets even more interesting: Ubisoft's financial strategy. Their latest earning reports reveals aggressive cost-cutting measures between September 2023 and 2024. Ubisoft slashed over 2,000 jobs and reduced fixed costs by £46 million. Studios in San Francisco, Osaka, and Sydney were either shut down or scaled back, leaving hundreds of developers out of work. While Ubisoft claims that all this is about efficiency, and I'm using air quotes for that, some say it's more like buyout preparations. Tencent already owns a significant stake, and these moves make Ubisoft look leaner and more appealing to potential buyers. Now, let's not forget about Ubisoft's over-reliance on franchises like Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six. Sure, these IPs bring in cash, but they're also starting to feel stale. Fans are growing tired of repetitive gameplay and bloated content. Instead of using games like XDefiant to diversify their lineup, Ubisoft is doubling down on old formulas. And that right there is a risky move. What happens when those franchises finally fumble? So what's the takeaway here? XDefiant shutdown isn't just about one game failing. It's a reflection of Ubisoft's bigger struggles. They're cutting costs, relying on aging franchises, and trying to survive in a market that demands innovation. The question now is, can Ubisoft turn things around, or are they headed for the inevitable buyout? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Ubisoft's strategy smart, or are they digging their own grave? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more gaming breakdowns, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.